We are ready for our Sunday night special. Eric Clapton is a guy who can indisputably be called a rock legend. His career stretches back over 2 decades, taking membership in bands like the Yardbirds, Cream, Blind Faith, Derek and the Dominoes. The sounds Eric created changed the face of rock and roll guitar, like his famous solo on the Beatles' While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Tonight we look back at Clapton's career from his early days right on through to his latest album, Behind the Sun. MTV presents Eric Clapton is sponsored in part by Carefree Gum from Nabisco, Tampax Tampons, and Verve Body Scenting Mist by Prince Machiavelli. I hope you're with us for our Sunday night special, MTV Presents Eric Clapton. It was sponsored by Carefree Gum from Nabisco, by Tampax Tampons, and Verve Body Scenting Mist by Prince Machiavelli. Eric and band will be performing at the Live Aid concert in Philadelphia, and that happens July 13th. Next Sunday, looking ahead to our upcoming week, we've got a brand new edition of Liner Notes, immediately followed by IRS's The Cutting Edge. Co-hosting Liner Notes will be video directors and recording artists Kevin Godley and Lal Kareem. They've got a look at Tears for Fears, Paul Young, Sting in Paris, and the Scorpions, whose new album, Worldwide Live, and concert film will be out in July. All of that next week. Liner Notes immediately followed by IRS's The Cutting Edge. And when we see IRS's The Cutting Edge, it features Lords of the New Church and the Ramones. Sunday night, 11 o'clock on the East Coast, 10 Central. As this Sunday night continues on and we head into the first week of summer, this is Bryan Adams looking back to the summer of '69. Summer of '69, that is Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams in music news after this. Raspberry Beret for Prince and the Revolution from the album called Around the World in a Day. The title track from that album and another one called The Ladder, co-written by Prince and John L. Nelson, who is Prince's dad. We are 15 minutes away from Eurythmics' Would I Lie to You? MTV Music Television, we're here all day, all night. I'm Martha Quinn. Sunday continues with Eurythmics. Sneak preview video from Night Ranger coming up. And this week in rock, 10 minutes away, we look at the events that shaped rock and roll. But we'll start off this hour with John Cougar Mellencamp. John Cougar Mellencamp, Pink Houses. His new record is called Scarecrow, and I understand that John has already completed 3 videos, shot them in and around Bloomington, Indiana. We've got some music news looking back to the previous week. MTV News partied with Paul Young, shot a video with Motley Crue, and made a truly death-defying leap with Bryan Adams. We have it all right here in the Week in Rock.
On Monday, MTV announced Pat Benatar and John Cougar Mellencamp will join the list of performers at the Video Music Awards show in September. The host will be Eddie Murphy. On Tuesday, Sting, Yes, and Sean Lennon were in Los Angeles to accept BMI awards for the songs that got the most airplay last year. It seems like everybody in rock and roll was on a video set this past week. Huey Lewis and the News teamed up with director Tim Newman for The Power of Love.
So that's probably the best video you've ever worked on, isn't it, Tim?
No, I think this one's going to be the best.
We're probably the best group you've ever worked with, though, aren't we, Tim?
The only group that I think has any integrity in the business.
John Cougar Mellencamp will go from a carnival to a pig farm in 3 clips from his upcoming Scarecrow album.
Some people see scarecrows as funny. Some people see them as sad. It's a vague statement, but it makes a bigger impact on, at least on me, when I hear the word. And I just like the way the word sounds. Scarecrow.
Motley Crue are shooting their own version of the Brownsville Station tune, Smoking in the Boys' Room. Nikki Sixx detailed the band's expanding philosophy.
It's not just violent, it's not just sexist, it's not just historical, it's everything. And I think that's important. I think that we're educating the youth.
We love Paul Young!
With fans like that, Paul Young will always find comfort on the road. But he ended his mini tour in New York on Thursday. Members of Kiss and the Power Station were among the guests at a party after the show, where Paul told us what he thinks of being sexy.
I don't really think about it that much. I just tend to make fun of an image like that.
It took 24 seconds for Bryan Adams' parachute to open at a jump in Memphis. The unscheduled free fall is an experience he won't soon forget.
I'm not sure the actual speed, but supposedly it's something like 180 miles an hour when you're falling out of a plane. So it was pretty frightening, and it wasn't until the parachute finally went poof, and I felt the feeling that I was all right again.
And Talking Heads premiered the first video from their new album, Little Creatures. Bassist Tina Weymouth told us how Little Creatures fit into her future.
I want to have a lot more children. I think they're the best thing I do so far.
Well, we'll get out of the Week in Rock into concert date information for Power Station. They're out on the road. Hartford, Philadelphia, Jones Beach on the 2nd, taking the 4th off. Columbia, Norfolk, and Atlanta, Georgia, this set of dates. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, relaxing in about half an hour. Sentimental Street, that one from Night Ranger. Brian Adams is going to be our guest VJ coming in. He's going to talk about meeting David Bowie, hanging out with Julian Lennon, starting at 10 o'clock on the East Coast, 9 Central, 7 out on the West Coast. Corey Hart, another Canadian, will be making an appearance here on MTV, but in videotape form. 20 minutes away, we've got Never Surrender.